do nomads do in their spare time? Well, right now, I'm on the coast. For one, I wanted to see the ocean. Number two, I want to get away from the heat that's inland going on right now in the summer. If you are a creature of the future, there's a huge heat wave going on across America. Yeah. So, not huge spikes of temperature, but I mean, even 5-10 degrees can be devastating, you know, when you're not used to it. So I'm on the coastline where it's cooler. Yesterday it only got up to 63, so that was so nice. That's why I have long sleeves on. It's morning on the beach, and it's kind of chilly. I think it's only about 57 degrees maybe. So what am I doing in my spare time? I'm just hanging out at the beach. I'm retired, and many nomads are retired, but what do nomads do all day long? What do we do? Well, the nomads that I've met just live their life doing daily chores. They clean up in the morning. They get up, go find a bathroom, many of them. Some of them have their buckets and their little pee bottles and everything. But, you know, there's a lot of nomads that actually go to the restroom and they find one in the morning. They get coffee, or they make coffee. They wash their face. They brush their teeth. They get dressed. They comb their hair. Yeah. And then they can start their day. They might go, a lot of nomads actually do walk the way I do. I mean, it's good exercise, right? So yeah, that's what they do. And if they have pets, they walk their dog, make sure they're fed, brush them, take care of them. All the things that normal people do if they live in a people house. Dr. Seuss, if I lived in a people house. Well, I did live in a people house. So for, you know, years and years and years, like we all did. But it's, I haven't really noticed that much difference in my schedule, except I do a little bit more shifting inside my van because I've got everything in there. There's a little bit more shifting that I didn't have to do when I lived in a people house. It's early, so there's really not that many people out here. This is a blanket, but it's a kind of material. It's for sand also. That sand won't get into it. I would never put a regular cloth blanket out here, but these are the blankets I use now. Yeah. I only come out here barefoot. I learned that in Pacifica. Because sand gets in your shoes and it's in there. It's hard to get out. So I just go barefoot now. Even if it's chilly, I just go barefoot. The parking is pretty close to the actual sand, so I just get out, walk a couple steps, get off gravel, and then I'm onto the beach, under the sand. And sand is hard to walk on. Oh my gosh, I'm getting such good exercise. Okay, so what else do nomads do? Well, a lot of nomads have hobbies. They read, they do crafts, whatever your normal crafts would be. Some sew, some crochet, knit, talk on the phone, text to their friends. A lot of nomads work. And they need to work. They need to earn money, whether it is supplementing their Social Security or just they don't get Social Security yet because they're too young, so they work. A lot of nomads work in the summer because it's hot. Why not just be inside a building while you're working with air conditioning? Why not? Where do people work as nomads? Well, sometimes they just get regular jobs. Some actually have worked for a company for years, And so they contact their old boss or contact the company and say, hey, do you need anybody anywhere you are? I'm going to be here for like 4 or 5 months. Can I help out in any store? And they will probably, especially during this climate where a lot of people are still on that unemployment thing, and their businesses are having a tough time finding workers because so many people, why go to work if you can make 4 times the amount you would normally make? And we know that's going on. Yeah, there are some people making $6,000 to $8,000 a month by not doing anything. So, people are hurting for workers. So what kind of jobs? Well, what did you used to do before? When I was in Cincinnati, I never worked fast food before. When I graduated from high school, I went right into a job. Fast food wasn't a big deal back then. So I went right into a regular job. And so I never worked fast food before, but I got a job. I kept driving by this one Wendy's, and it kept saying, we're hiring. And I thought, I just want to get a job. I want to get a job. I'm bored. I want to do something. And so I went in and I just talked to him and I said, hey, I'm here. And he says, well, they gave me a paper, which is unusual. Usually you have to go online and, apply. But, and so I handed him, he goes, well, we'll call you. I'll look at this. And I said, well, I'm just letting you know that I'm going to take the first one that hires me because I know that this type of job, is probably plentiful around here. And he goes, okay, well, come in tomorrow and we'll get you started. So sometimes if you just say, hey, just be assertive and just say, well, I'm going to take the first job that hires me, They're all kind of the same. So I went in and I worked for them. And I worked for, about 9 months. Now, so there's fast food. Do fast food. You can walk into any fast food in this country. They are begging. They're putting their rate up for pay too. They're begging for workers right now. I've been into many restaurants that they'll say, well, you have to seat yourself, and it might be a wait because we're deficient of any workers. Also went in when I was going back to Ohio. I walked into an iron skillet, which is associated with petrol truck stops. And literally, there were only 2 people working there. They said they just can't find anybody. Yeah. So, restaurant work, fast food work, yeah. And you can do it for a couple months and grab some money and save it and put it in your pocket and take off. Now, a lot of people are doing DoorDash. Big money in DoorDash. This is what I'm hearing. The word on the streets is big money in DoorDash. That you can, especially on a weekend, you can make sometimes like $30, $40 an hour because, well, one, there's reasons why, weekend, they're so happy to get their food, they don't have to go out. But number 2, it's a lot of them are drunk. I'm going to say it. They are. On weekends, people are drinking, and they just like, oh, here, they'll put a tip on the thing, and then they'll once they get to the door, they'll also hand you some cash. They're just happy to have that food because they're hungry. They got friends over or whatever. They're just happy they don't have to go out and get in their car. And a lot of them have been drinking or smoking, or whatever, or popping pills, I don't know. But on the weekend is party time, party central, and people who would order from, and they're ordering from McDonald's. They're not ordering from these major restaurants. They're going McDonald's and Wendy's and Taco Bell, things like that. Easy, you go pick it up, and usually it's in your area because they went with somebody in their area, and it takes like 10 minutes to get there, and you just made $20 in like 15 minutes. It's the truth. That's the word on the streets. harbor there where they come in or they go out into the ocean. Yeah. Okay, so DoorDash, big deal. What you do is you download the app, you apply, you download the app, and then you log in when you're ready to do DoorDash, and it will show where you're needed. And you can take it or not take it. I've never done it, but I thought about it. You do use your vehicle, but if you're making that much money, I'm driving around my vehicle anyways. And you don't have to do it except when you feel like doing it. There's no requirement for doing it. I do believe they pay you. They do, I don't know how long they pay. Often they pay you, I hear it's often. You do have to pay your own taxes on it. Yeah, I think you're more like a subcontractor at this point. Because a subcontractor is somebody who does it when they want to do it. Like if I'm a business and I'm going to go and I'm going to paint a house, right? Well, they don't have to pay me taxes because I'm going when I need to go. They can't, if they specify you need to be here at a certain time, then you become an employee. Yeah. I think that's how it works. So, yeah. DoorDash. What's another one? Amazon. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Amazon. And I'm going to mention that Walmart is doing the same thing, sort of, that Amazon is doing, to where you can leave, do it properly, resign properly. And within the next day, you could apply at another Walmart. So once you're in the system. And of course, right around the corner is going to be the holiday season. They need you really bad. Yeah. So, Amazon, go to amazon.jobs. Yes. Type in on your laptop or your phone, amazon.jobs. I believe they're still paying $15 an hour unless it's someplace like Seattle where minimum wage is so high that, they won't pay minimum wage. But they do pay, I believe, most places is $15 an hour, which is probably going to be going up pretty soon. Well, amazon.jobs, you will see it. It'll come up, and there'll be two places where you type in. The first one will be, I believe it's what type of job you want. Now, if you click on that, it'll be warehouse. If you're just going to be there for hit and miss here and there, type in warehouse. I mean, there's other jobs available. It could be, coding and accounting and things like that. Usually those jobs are going to be, they're going to be everywhere, human resources, things like that. But yeah, I mean, if you want to really work for Amazon, oh my gosh, go to Seattle. The big headquarters is in Seattle. Yeah. If you like the rain. Okay, so Amazon, you put in warehouse if you're just going to hit and miss it. And then on the next line, I believe it's the area, or it's vice versa, the area or whatever. Put in the city and click search. Now, you don't have to put it in there. You can click search, but you're going to get everywhere like Dubai, Ireland, places, yeah, Australia, yeah. But put in a place and it will come up. Now, if you see, like, let's do an example. Houston. I'm going to be going through Houston, and it's in the winter. Good weather in Houston, whatever. I don't know that. I'm not a big fan of Texas. And I'm going to be passing through, and so you put in Houston. Now, it will say whether the first one will be warehouse, whether this is a warehouse job or not. If it doesn't say anything about a warehouse, you can scroll a little bit, but usually they're at the top. Pick another city, Dallas, I don't know, Santa Fe, yeah. And it will put in warehouse, and it will let you know. Now, go ahead and click apply, and just follow what they want you to do. But I will tell you that they're going to want to see you within a couple days. So you can't be in San Francisco and then apply to Florida, and you can't get there in a couple of days. Not driving. You can fly, but you can't drive there. So make sure you're semi-close, because they're probably going to want to see you in a couple of days. Sometimes not, but I'm noticing lately they need people so bad that they say be here in 2 days, and then what you do is you pick a time where you go in. They'll give you the address, and you pick a time where you go in. So that's that. That's just follow protocol. Now, when you no longer want to be there, there's a place to go, and even if you can't find it, go to Human Resources and ask them. Say, I need to resign. And then they say, oh, well, you can, just say, well, say, I just, there's something, and I have to go, which is the truth. You do need to go. They don't require an excuse or an explanation. You just tell them, no, that's all you say is, I need to leave the area. It's the truth. And you can resign properly. And then you can reapply even the next day. Yeah, you can just resign properly. They're going to ask you questions to put in, well, at what date, when's the last day you're going to work, things like that. So just follow it. Easy peasy. And Amazon warehouses are in most major cities, even smaller ones. Some are larger than others. Some, they will always need a warehouse worker. Like Seattle, the bigger ones, Phoenix, Hebron, Kentucky, some of those, Columbus, Ohio, yeah. Some of those are always going to have, they're just going to run an ad constantly because they know there's going to be big turnover. Is it easy work? It can be, really. I mean, it's not that difficult. And they don't discriminate against age or anything. Nothing. I mean, if you have a religious need, that's no big deal. I saw that there are certain things that you can and can't do, but when it comes to religious things, and I'm probably mainly talking about like the, Islam, Muslims, you can wear all of the things that you need to wear. They'll just put you in a different position. Now, also, if they need somebody to be, to work the pit, the power industrial trucks, well, you have to wear those harnesses because you have to click in so that you don't fall 40 feet. Whoa, don't want to be falling and go down, and it can be scary. Well, if they have their traditional clothes on, and that's what they wear, they're Muslims, they are exempt from having to go through training because they can't wear the harness, because it has to go through your legs, on your crotch, things like that, So, and if you do get on the power industrial truck, if you get trained for that, I'm going to tell you right now, it's fun. It is fun. You're driving these trucks all, and there's a lot of rules. And you can get kicked out of the system for an infraction. They ground you for a while until you have to go through training again. Oh, yeah. So it's fun, and sometimes it's mundane work, but what are you going to do? You're going to work there a couple months, 3 months maybe? Yeah, I worked at one Amazon. The only thing they had available was graveyard, and I was in Tucson. And I thought, well, I do want to work. I mean, I'm here. It's during COVID. I guess I'm here. I might as well work, Well, I couldn't do the graveyard. I was a basket case. I didn't feel good afterwards. So, I only worked 3 days, and I just, I couldn't even, stay awake or walk or anything. And it was kind of hot. It was hard to sleep during the day. So, and guess what? It wasn't long after that I applied for Reno and moved up to Reno. They didn't care. I resigned properly. That's the key. So these are ideas for working. What else do nomads do during the day? Well, at night, a lot of them sit around the campfire and talk with their friends, people that they travel with. Tomorrow, Robert's coming back, so he's coming to where I'm at, and there are some fire pits here. We're going to sit around, and then in about a week, Michael's coming back. So, I'll have my friends with me, and Carol's going to end up coming up here too. So yeah, I got some friends coming up, and so I'm kind of anxious for them to come up. It's too bad though they said, we don't mind traveling with you, Lee, but we just don't want to be on video. So yeah. I'll get their voice on video, yeah. I'll catch them at some point, yeah. So yeah, tomorrow Robert's coming, yeah. So I'm kind of anxious. Have a buddy, yeah. What else do they do? At night, they get ready for bed. They do the same thing they did when they lived in a people house. They brush their teeth, they wash up, organize their rigs. Yeah. We just do what normal people do. But the best part of it all is that we get to travel and see things like this and do what we do, not in a people house, but out here in nature. I know a lot of you love to be out boondocking. Yeah, that's cool. And you see really gorgeous things. Me, I live more of a town or a city at least 6 months of the year, and this is what I get to see. So the nomad life is for me. Yeah, I always say that. Yeah. Didn't Popeye say that or something? This is the life for me. Yeah. Yep. I love it. Is the nomad life for everybody? Nah, no, it's not. Some of you don't really like to drive. Some of you, you'd be too nervous in this lifestyle. Some of you would miss your grandkids and your children too much. Or if you're young, you'd miss your parents and your friends. There's a lot of young nomads out there. It's not for everybody, no. Especially if you still have to work. But if you can figure it out, and you like to travel and you want to see different scenery all the time, you want to be out in nature all the time, meet new people, find people to travel with, then yeah, young or old, you'll find work. You'll find ways to support yourself. Okay. I love you. Have a great day, everybody. Hope you're staying cool. Please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching it all the way through. Don't forget the stickers, minivanlee.com. I've got the stickers and the magnets. It's a way to support me if you want to. Thank you. And the book, How to Live in a Minivan, the Minivan Lee Way, the book. Facebook group. Please subscribe. It really helps me out.